Cool. So let's start. Um, Hi guys, this is Chris from Dorahacks. Today we are very happy to host the first panel discussion for the Ontology Grand Hackathon. Today the main topic gonna be how to build the Web3 with Ontology. And today we are very happy to have the core team members from Ontology and their partners who are here to present their communities. They are Li Jun, who is the founder of Ontology, Randy Liu, who is the head of the marketing and communications at Ontology, Cedric Ding, the head of the operations at Ontology, Humpty, who is the head of the community at Ontology, Eric, who is the Americans ecosystem lead at Ontology, Keith, who is the project manager at Unified Protocol, and Atherton, who is the ontology happener from Happening DAO. Yeah. Today, so why don't we start from the like a brief introduction for each speaker? You can take 1 minute to do that, and we can start from Li Jing. Yep.
Okay. Hi, Drebs. Hi, guys. Nice to be here. And I'm Li Jun, founder of Ontology. I personally is a tech guys from computer science major, and I have started blockchain a startup 6 years ago, and Ontology is launched 5 years ago. And we Ontology is focused to build the infrastructure for decentralized service. We call it Web3 today, right? Okay, today it's nice to be here to introduce the infrastructure and service for developer community.
Thanks. Thank you very much, Li Jing. And we can, Randy, you can be the next one.
Yeah, sure. This is Randy. I'm the head of marketing of Ontology, and I have been with the team for more than 3 years. So it's a quite a not short time. And I'm very glad to see that the Ontology, not only from the social channels and also the communities, is growing bigger and bigger. And currently, we are running like over 30 channels, including like the Twitter, Discord, and many different mainstream like social channels. And we do have the communities over 40 different languages and regions. And I'm very glad to have more and more ontology harbingers on board. For now, our team has grown to up to like 40 different harbingers coming from all over the world. So it's very glad to see that the ontology team and also the community is growing more and more globalized.
Awesome. And Cedric, you're gonna be the next.
Sure. Hi, everyone. It's Cedric. It's a great opportunity to have a speaking with you guys. I guess I'm the new guys to speak with you, and but I'm not that new with the ontology team. I used to work in fintech area for over 5 years, and I started work with ontology team in summer 2020. Not that long time, but so I still have a lot to learn. Currently, I'm the head of the operating team of Ontology. What am I doing is attracting more people to our ecosystem and keep them using our products through many ways. I try to give them the best experience on our products. And I mainly work on 3 products, which is Ontology for both mainnet and EVM version, and Ontology onto wallet, the Web3 entrance for everyone, the Win Finance, the lending platform. Yeah, it's a good chance to hear voice directly from our community and all you guys. And I'm looking forward to the discussion. Thank you.
Thank you. And Humpty, you can start for the next.
Sure, thank you. So, hey everyone, my name is Humpty Calderon. I'm the head of community ontology. Been in the space since about 2016, building since about 2018. And at Ontology, my role basically is to be a liaison for the community of users and developers, allowing them to engage with Ontology to build with Ontology, and hosting these community events as well on our social platforms like Twitter Spaces. Also building bridges to our community to be able to go from just someone who's using the ecosystem to an ambassador of the Ontology ecosystem, and also developing these Web3 native frameworks for the community to operate in, such as decentralizing our Harbinger program through a Harbinger DAO, and onboarding developers, and community contributors, through Orange Protocol as well.
Awesome. Thank you very much. And Eric?
Hey guys, my name is Eric. I've been with Ontology since 2018. I joined back then because I was really interested in decentralized identity and its use cases within blockchain infrastructure. And fast forwarding to today, we support many different products that integrate identity and reputation in some way, whether it's Wing Finance and bringing in credit score-based lending, Orange Protocol, which is an entire decentralized reputation protocol, and even Ontology itself at its core with OntID, with the Onto wallet, supporting verifiable credentials. Lots of products that we push out focus on bringing reputation to the blockchain space. So very excited to see that keep going and bringing more community members to join and build decentralized identity applications.
Thank you very much. And Keith?
Hey everyone, I'm Keith. I'm from Unify Protocol. I've been with the team in a couple different roles, most recently kind of out there in the community and kicking off a lot of our Unify staking that we do on multiple blockchains, including Ontology, somewhere that we've been for years now. Really excited to be able to be part of this conversation today. So thank you.
Thank you very much. And Hackathon, if I pronounce it right.
Yeah, that's great. Cheers, Chris. Thanks for having me, everybody. Atherton here. So I guess as a harbinger, I'd echo a little bit what Humpty said. We're kind of his eyes and ears on the ground, if you like. We facilitate that backwards and forwards communication, making sure that voices are heard, making sure the community's heard, and making sure the team are heard for the community as well. So I think it's really important. It's really cool. We have a really good atmosphere in all the groups we have. So really enjoy it. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you very much. And glad to have Gloria to join us as well. Gloria, can you give like a 1 minute self-introduction?
Yeah. Hi, sorry, my camera was broken on Friday. I'm still trying to fix it. This is Gloria, and I'm with the ecosystem development team at Ontology. So we have been working on different user scenarios to adopt Web3, especially in the direction of decentralized identity and data exchange for the last 3 years. With a focus mostly from traditional industries, dealing with the use cases from the enterprise angle. Now we are also more embedded in the Web3 native use cases in metaverse, in the DAO use cases. So yeah, very honored to be here to have more conversations with the community.
Cool. Yeah, thank you all for the introductions. It is great to have people representing so many different perspectives around the Ontology ecosystems. It is obviously been a very busy and exciting time for the team and the ecosystem at the same time. With the launch of the Ontology EVM and projects like Unify Protocol and Wing Finance already supporting that launch, it will be good to explore why dApps should looking for Ontology as a possible partner. Yeah, so we can start with a few questions for you guys. And the first questions from me is that Ontology have been around for a few years now. So why is now such a good time to be looking to develop on the network? Yeah, so let's see if Li Jun want to answer this question.
Okay. Actually, we are from day one, we are focused for the decentralized service infrastructure, or we call it Web3 infrastructure. But from our understanding, the infrastructure not only, we are beginning with public blockchain, right? It's very like the other public blockchain as well. But from our point of view, we think infrastructure not only include the public blockchain, also include a lot of protocol and fundamental tools or applications. That means we don't want developer to rebuild a lot of modules or infrastructure modules, fundamental modules, when they to develop dApps for Web3. In the past several years, we are focused on public blockchain and also include protocols. And until today, we think we already have those kind of basic infrastructure already. That's also help us to differentiate our technical service with other public blockchain as well. For example, except for the public blockchain, you also include a lot of decentralized protocols like the decentralized identity, data, reputation, or credit score, and also include other kind of fundamental tools or products like the Onto wallet. When you build a dApps, if your end users they want to manage more decentralized data, not only digital assets, include identity, include their personal data, maybe include their own reputation information or the credit score, they need new kinds of fundamental tools as their basic tools to use those kind of dApps. So if every developers they need to build those kind of fundamental protocol and tools by themselves, this is quite difficult to build a kind of real Web3 application. So Ontology want to provide more infrastructure, fundamental infrastructure, include public blockchain protocols and tools, and especially today we also support the multiple virtual machine. That means you can build different kind of smart contract with almost all major program languages. That means we can say, okay, we are ready for the basic infrastructure for real Web3 application. I mean, real Web3 application is unlike just like the decentralized digital assets application, like DeFi. They maybe only need a public blockchain. They can issue the digital assets or some tools, just a very simple the wallet to link to connect to the dApps. That is enough. But for real Web3 application or dApps, we think, okay, let's need more. They need a different protocol to manage a different kind of data, a new kinds of data, except for the digital assets, include identity or personal data and more. And also they need new kinds of wallet or tools that user can easily to access their dApps. So all those kind of functionalities can be part of infrastructure. Especially for Web3 application. So today we think, okay, we already have the version 1 for a complex infrastructure for Web3 already. Of course, we will do enhancement day by day, step by step in the next stage. But today, you already can build a very strong Web3 dApps without to rebuild a lot of fundamental modules again. So we think today is good time we can help develop a community to build a real Web3 application in next stage. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, thank you very much, Jing, for the answers. So Jing provide the answers from more focus on the dev side, and we would love to hear more from the partnership sides. So and you know the user sides, the ecosystem sides. So wondering if Gloria could add a few more perspectives on these questions.
Yeah, sure. So as we all know that the initial development of crypto sort of had the first use case of ICO, and then the second use case is decentralized finance, when people discover the power and mechanism of liquidity mining. So there's a lot of prosperity and real adoption from these initial investors in the crypto world. So that creates a lot of online transactions, and then we had infrastructures around like managing that price data, moving that data around from on-chain to off-chain, off-chain to on-chain, and manage assets across different chains on different in different wallets. So, but those are all linked with wallet addresses, and at that time it was sufficient. But as we can see, the progression of crypto world moving forward, there's more verticals of usage with the development of NFTs and DAOs in the last 1.5 years. So more and more users are starting to generate a lot of other user information in a meaningful way beyond just transactions of assets. Even these smart contract interactions are starting to mean something of a particular membership or particular privilege or particular profile of the user. So in this case, you actually need a more holistic and more future-proof approach to manage these user information in Web3. So we see that the adoption of decentralized identity technology and data management technology is coming to its maturity phase with the development of this entire space. So that's also why we think that Ontology as a infrastructure specialized in these additional value add could be very relevant right now, especially for the next phase of DAO development. Because without targeted user onboarding, without user segmentation profiling, which is basically the most important monetization mechanism in Web2, there's very little value can be added in the entire industry. So I think with that, we see a lot of opportunity with DAO tooling, with also games and basically SocialFi and decentralized communities in terms of collaborations, even NFT communities, governance, and many other areas they can utilize Ontology in more meaningful way right now, and that's a advantage we have been building on in the last 3 years, and that is not something can be easily disregarded. Yeah, that would be my answer.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you very much, Gloria. And let's see if there is any other speakers want to add something from your own perspective, or otherwise we could move to the second questions for now.
Yes, I think we've been through a vast increase with our products, especially on Two Wallet last year. So our team suffered a lot, experienced a lot, and also learned a lot. So I think our team are getting grown up and mature with these things. So I think we are ready to much bigger ecosystem. As we all know, Ontology EVM is an ecosystem can integrate with much partners into that. So I think our team get ready with that. That's a good another chance and a good time for that.
Got it. Yeah, thank you very much, Cedric. And Humpty?
I think there's something to be said about differentiation. With the launch of EVM, the question is, why is it such a good time to be looking to develop now on Ontology? And I think, like Cedric said, with the launch of EVM, it's a timely, opportunity to build on Ontology. Building natively with Ethereum contracts, I think has become kind of synonymous with blockchain development. I think even Keith may be able to speak to that a little bit with Unify now launching on EVM. There's a lot of opportunities here based on that compatibility, but also in terms of being able to provide some sort of incentives for the developers to also build an Ontology. There's the EVM Fund that they can definitely participate in. But really, to echo a lot of what's been said already, it's that differentiation of being builders that have a focus on decentralized identity and data, and having done so, having that proven experience over many years, and really now where we're looking at Web3 trying to take the leap, that next leap, and looking at how we could mature that ecosystem. We're looking at implementing identity and reputation to a variety of different areas of Web3, whether you're talking about DeFi or DAOs even. So I think that, yeah, there's a lot of opportunity here, not just because there's an EVM launch, but because you can build natively with Ontology's identity stack as well.
Cool. Yeah. Thank you very much, Humpty, for the answer. Yeah, and I think we can move to the second questions for today, which is for the people from Ontology. What do you think Ontology is like as a partner? And for the team from Unify, what are they like? Yeah, I think maybe Randy, you can start for this question.
Yeah, sure. I think that Unify team has been our old friend since the very beginning of the Ontology project. We started the partnerships like when they named themselves as the Sesame team, and they are doing like something around the staking and be one of the Ontology nodes. And after that starting time, and we can see that we do witness the actual mature and very fast develop speed of the team. So once we announced like the Ontology EVM Fund, they'll be very glad to join us. And I still remember it's only about like 2 weeks development, they are able to deploy their swap on the Ontology EVM. And other than the technical wise, they are very helpful with the marketing and also the operation side. We have been hold joint events from like the Twitter Space talks and also the Binance Live events across our both of the channels. And we are being very glad to promoting the product and the latest news between all our community members, so they will be able to join and try the products. And it actually that benefits the growth of the more transactions on the Ontology ecosystem and the chain. So I think that speaking of the projects who is going to like develop something on the Ontology ecosystem, we are always be very glad to have more kinds of the various functions of the dApps. It can be the DeFi, the games, and of course we pay very great attention to the projects that actually focus on the decentralized identity and also data solutions. And from the Ontology side, that we will be very helpful and glad to providing as much as the technical, business, and also the marketing and operation resources to help these projects to grow better. I think that there's actually that lot of great public chains and also the ecosystem. We can see that dozens of the projects building on the blockchain. But I think that the focus of Ontology is a little bit different because we don't only want to generate the attention for the audience or the such projects that who only want to get the grants and they stop the projects. We are actually that growing the projects for long term so that they can keep growing with the ecosystem. I think maybe Keith has more things to mention or to share their experience to work with Ontology.
Yeah, absolutely. As you know, we develop on many different blockchains, and Ontology has always been one that has been easier for us to develop on. As was said, we can, because of the documentation that Ontology provides, it really makes it a lot easier for us to develop on Ontology. They provide us access to the help if we need it, and they really do support their developers on their ecosystem as well as the users. The reason they're able to do this, I believe, is because of the people that they have at Ontology. We've truly became partners, gotten to know them, and have really strong connections with them. And that just allows the whole process to move much smoother. We've been partnering with Ontology for probably 3 or 4 years now, and it's really not just a one-time thing. They really do partner for the long term. Most recently with our UTrade version 2, really helping there, and as well with our newly launched UBridge. So I agree with everything that Randy was saying there.
I think you're muted, Chris.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, thank you very much, Keith. And I think we could have one more speakers for do some additional information for these questions. Let's see.
Yeah, sorry. I guess I could say, Ontology brings a level of maturity that is very rare in this space. I think this space really promotes kind of like that hacker mentality, which I think is wonderful. It really opens up the ecosystem out to anyone to build. But I think to find projects that have been able to deliver consistently for years, I think is very difficult to find. And so being able to add that as a valuable part of the relationship, aside from just funding or a fast blockchain or digital identity solutions, I think to be able to provide that maturity, that vision, that stability, I think is also very important.
Cool. Yeah. Thank you very much.
And we work with a lot of partners every month. For example, have over a dozen of events every month, which means we are working with over a dozen projects. And also Ontology EVM are working with a lot of projects to deploy on our network. And if you want ask me to use one word to describe our relationship with partners, I think is professionalism. So we know all the steps and ways to achieve our goals with partners. We know what to do to increase media followers, to increase token holders, and to increase also the product users. We know what to do is best for our both sides. And we also keep improving event content and form and the rules to make things better. And also we do quick responses and solve problems ASAP and under the help with EG team and marketing team. And we try to all of my team, operation team guys have to respond personally in our community. We make schedule, we get everything prepared ahead, and we promote and our cooperation during all the events. And we do the incentivization on time when event ends. So we get good reputation in a professional way. So yeah, and now we are working we work as a whole ecosystem. So once you work with Ontology, you work with onto wallet, you work with Wing Finance, you also work with other projects in our Ontology network. So I think that's how we do with our partners.
Got it. Yeah. Thank you very much for the answer. I think we can jump to the third questions today. So what is Ontology's approach to enabling projects to function in a cross-chain manner? I think maybe Eric can add something here.
Yeah, I can address this. So, as been mentioned, we have a variety of tools that we offer internally, but also tools that our partners offer. So internally, we offer a wallet. We offer, cross-chain solutions for OntID. So OntID works across different blockchains to build your decentralized identity solution. So if you want a cross-chain enabled decentralized identity product right off the bat, you can build on top of OntID. With Orange Protocol also works across different chains. So if your project wants to leverage the benefits of decentralized reputation, you can use Orange Protocol, and that'll also work across different chains. We work with partners that offer cross-chain bridges like Poly Network. We also through Wing Finance. Wing Finance is a lending pool that exists on multiple blockchains as well. And then Onto Wallet supports multiple blockchains. So every kind of product that we do supports these multi-chain interactions. And so for us, it's about how do we create an ecosystem of collaboration across the entire industry? And how do we make sure that our products and services and our partners in the projects that choose to build with us can reach as many people as possible?
Got it. Yeah, thank you very much. So let's see if
Yeah, I want to add one more point for that. Actually, cross-chain is quite important, especially for Web3. Because in digital asset stage, I mean, today is most application scenario digital asset stage. You just choose one public blockchain as your ledger, digital asset ledger. Maybe it's enough sometimes. But in Web3 application, because the scenario will become more complex, they're not only just digital assets exchange. So they need a different public blockchain as different public ledger for different information. So cross-chain is necessary. For Ontology, currently we're doing 3 different kind of level. In public chain levels, we have worked with multiple partners to private digital assets or information cross-chain. For example, the Wing Finance already involve a lot of assets from Ethereum, right? Also from Binance Chain or the other more blockchain as well. And for the protocol level, you find decentralized, just like Eric mentioned, the identity, decentralized identity, data, reputation, credit score, all those kind of protocol level, the information is cross-chain. You maybe can register different information from different public blockchain. And in the product level, like the Onto Wallet already supports almost all kinds of major blockchain already. So in different level, you will find the next stage, especially for the Web3 dApps, the dApp will become the major actor for Web3 scenario, not public blockchain. For a lot of, in the future, maybe a lot of dApp, they will use different public blockchain in same dApp in same time, in different business process or scenarios, manage a different user information or data. So that is we already do the cross-chain functionality or some solution in different level for the Web3 dApps. Okay.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you very much. I think we can move to the next questions. So how does Ontology support the developer accessibility? I think maybe Hackathon could answer this question from the community perspective.
So there's a few things I was going to say. I think this covers across questions 2, 3, and 4. In reality, I think we have a community that think in terms of partnerships. We have a community that thinks in terms of cross-chain. We're a community that thinks in terms of Web3. So we have a community that already we've nurtured this idea that new things come in, that are cross-chain, that are partnership, and that people are excited to use. So from a community perspective, what you have is you have an inbuilt set of people waiting to see what's developed, waiting to see what's come out there, feedback on it, to talk to people about it, to use. You know, I host a Telegram call once a week. Unify pretty much get mentioned on that call weekly. So from a developer's perspective, how do we support developer accessibility? We give them access to our community. We talk about them within the community. We want to encourage them to be part of our community, not just to develop and then sit on one side, actually be part of our community, talk to us, work with us, you know, tell us what you're doing. We're excited to see it. So from a community perspective, I think that's really important.
Got it. Yeah. And also maybe I think Gloria, if you can provide some insights from your side.
I think we have a rather robust community, and also from like a marketing point of view, and from like user point of view, our Onto wallet has already a significant user base, and also they have been pretty active in trying out new things. So I think on top of the element of we're trying to service the developers to be getting all these technical needs, technical support when they're building. I think these are also like, I think we mentioned this before already from Randy and Cedric. I just want to stress it again. This is also very valuable resources for the developers to capitalize on.
Got it. Yeah, I think the last questions for today gonna be, how does Ontology support the user accessibility? I think Gloria and Anthony cover part of it, but feel free to add anything else that from you. I think maybe Randy could. Oh yeah, Humpty.
Yeah, sorry. I'll jump in here real briefly. I think we're talking about, decentralized identity. We're talking about all of these really emergent properties of Web3, much of which I think is still being iterated on. There's, aside from Ontology, there's a few other projects that are trying to test out how best to implement that type of, identification while remaining private, secure, right? And the one thing that I do commonly see as a challenge is the complexity of using these products. User, experience and user interfaces in the Web3 space aren't necessarily the easiest. And again, I'll harken back to something I said earlier, which I think we really come into the space with that hacker mentality. So it's like, can we get it to work? That's the minimal viable product. After that, we run into challenges with how to make that user-friendly. And the one place that I think Ontology really has shown its ability to develop and just that mature vision is in Onto. I know Cedric has talked about this a few times, but really Onto is the easiest way for anybody to be onboarded to this ecosystem and start using their decentralized identity. There's other projects, sure, that have created other solutions, but honestly, to be able to provide that service to a user at the time of creation of their wallet, which is probably one of the more familiar experiences in crypto, that's definitely something that is, I think, should be recognized and applauded, is making things simple. Because honestly, everything else that comes after that is really challenging. Like, how do you use that identity? How do you build your reputation? But if you can't bridge that experience in a simple way for someone to just get that decentralized identity and start using it, I think, you really have missed a big opportunity. And so Onto, for me, is one of those products that Ontology has built that focus strongly on user accessibility.
Awesome. Yeah. Maybe Randy, you can give a conclusion.
I think that before sharing like the user support, I want to add a point for the developer support, because usually that our main developer community is running on the Discord. So we do have a developer channel on Ontology Discord. And as for the hackathons, we also created like a Dorahacks hackathon channel on Discord. So Humpty would be the main contact person to oversee set all the requirements from the developers. And once he got any questions, he will trying to answer the questions as much as he know. But what he will do is that he will sync up all the questions to our technical team at the first time, so that our technical developers will be able to join the conversation, so that they will be easily solve the questions happening there. And the other thing I also want to share is that when I enter the conversations between the developers, I'm very glad to see that there's actually some real conversations between the developers. They will share their thoughts and to see how they can help from themselves. So it's a quite good start for everyone to start their first projects on Ontology chain, no matter on the EVM or the original chain. And regarding like the user support wise, that most of the speakers have mentioned Ontology. And I have to say that it's actually a very distinguished Web3 applications. We aim it to be the Web3 gateway. So it's not only for a crypto wallet. We do support the DID functions. We integrate the ONTID, OScore, and we do have the identity mode, which is very different from the most of the crypto wallets. So that the users will be able to actually manage their decentralized identity with the applications. And we do provide the very like the fast and the first time customer support. Thanks to the Cedric's lead of the operation team, you can see that once the users bring any questions in our community, like in the Telegram group or the Discord, so our members and also the community contributors will be very willing to help answer these questions and help them to fix them at the first time. And what I want to give us some preview or the heads up here is that since the team has been focused on the decentralized identity and data for a long while, so the team is also having some conversations with the communities and also want to run more and more ONTID related applications to every individuals, and to boost the way that they can actually manage their own identity. And it seems like to be a connector that between the Web3 world to their original Web2 world. So we are very glad to see if anyone has the ideas related to this part, then they can join our community and to share the thoughts with our community members. And the team will be more than willing to provide any kind of the support from our side.
Cool. Yeah. Thank you very much, Randy, for the conclusions. And I think we can right now move to the third sections about today's panel discussion, which is the Twitter and Discord questions and also some live questions from the audience. Yeah, so today the first live question is going to be, what features does Ontology offer for DAO developments, and how do they differ from other ecosystems? I think maybe Cedric could address these questions.
Okay, let me see. The features of DAO development. Okay. For DAO development, another thing is I think for other chains, DAO is hard to run because one is high gas fee, another thing is long time to take a long time to confirm because the blockchain time. That's why I think the Ontology can get a better experience for DAO, because with the Ontology you can confirm the block within 1 second, and you will have a lower gas fee with Ontology.
I want to add more points for this point. DAO is actually a good example, or it's kind of comprehensive case for Web3. It's almost will use all kinds of Web3 protocols or functionalities. For example, the DAO need to manage the community. Maybe sometimes they need to do some decentralized identity or reputation system or credit score even maybe. And also they need a lot of voting event. And also they need to manage their assets as an ecosystem mechanism. All those kind of not only. So if we want to support a DAO application or scenario perfectly, you can not only private a public blockchain, right? So only have a digital asset management. That's not enough. You need a lot of different protocol like identity, just we mentioned, identity, reputation, and community management, voting, and also some different kind of smart contracts mechanism, and also need different tools, wallets to manage different membership. Also to manage different data, maybe some from DAO's data or some from the user's data. Even DAO as an organization also have its own identity as well. They also actually as a person as well. So all those kind of things, you think, okay, today we only have some public blockchain. It's not enough. Every DAO, they need to build a lot of tools to manage different things. Of course, today we already see a lot of tools for DAO management, but there's only kind of tools. We need more kinds of protocols and some fundamental tools like the new generation wallets, like the decentralized identity protocols, reputation protocols, credit score, or some also even voting system, etc. So all those infrastructure is kind of, we can say it's native functionality from ontology infrastructure. That means when you build DAO for ontology, you also can reuse today's a lot of DAO tools, right? Based on EVM, that's fine. But also you can use a lot of fundamental protocols and tools to easily let your DAO to do management, also the DAO management and also the DAO users membership, even DAO manager its mechanism by itself. So that is ontology will provide different technical service for DAO, especially compared with other public blockchain.
You're on mute again.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, sorry. Thank you very much. The second question is from community gonna be, what does ontology support looks like when the hackathon ends, and what's next? I think maybe Keith, you can answer this question combining with your own experience building the unified protocol with ontology.
Yeah, I mean, we're really looking forward to continuing to build on ontology. In the past like 3 weeks, we've released our U-Bridge, which allows you to do cross-chain swaps of UNFI token from 8 different blockchains right now, along with U-Trade version 2, allowing for trading to go back and forth. And Ontology has been a great partner to provide liquidity into pairs that they know that the users in their ecosystem want, which has been really helpful. And we really want to make sure that we get that out there so that people know there's ways for them to do that.
Got it. Yeah. So Hackathon, maybe you have something to add from like your experience from a community perspective, like what type of help you can get from.
Yeah, so I mean, Randy mentioned the Discord channel. We have the Telegram channel. It kind of supports never ending in some respects. There's always somebody at the end of a channel somewhere to talk to have a discussion with, to throw a problem at. And there's always then somebody coming back, whether it's a harbinger who picks up a problem on Discord or in Telegram, and then we take it to Cedric and his team, and then wait for somebody to get back to us. And then there's a facilitation there with the harbinger program for dialogue. And I think that's really important. That dialogue doesn't stop. It doesn't go away. It doesn't end. There's a mechanism there to communicate effectively and efficiently. And so there's always somebody at the end of a line, if you like, to talk to, whether it be on Discord, Telegram. And we might not always have the technical know-how when you're talking to us, but we have direct access to the people who do, and they're really good at answering us. So yeah, I think that's an important part of the support package in there.
Yeah, totally agree. And for the third questions, do the team have a personal Web3 solution they'd like to see come out of the hackathon? Maybe let's say Eric, if you want to address this question.
Yeah, so I think that right now we're at a very interesting stage of the industry where there's multiple different verticals, from NFTs to DeFi to DAOs, and mixing the three together, I think have been the most interesting things right now, like using a DAO to manage a DeFi protocol, or doing NFT-based lending or NFT-based gated communities managed by DAO. So I think mixing and matching these different things together are create some of the most innovation in this space. Much more interesting than launching the 100th PFP project or another DEX. I think thinking about things from the ground up, using all these tools as building blocks, plus the additional tools that Ontology brings to the table with decentralized identity and reputation, create a lot of potential, not just to make something really interesting, but also something that's really useful and something that could really grow really big. So there's big opportunities here to create something that at the beginning might just look like a toy, but it expands into something big. And there's a saying that every big idea has started out looking like just a toy.
Yeah. Anyone want to add something more for these questions? Cool. Yeah. So let's move to the next one. Is Ontology positioned to bring different partners together if there's obvious synergy between different projects? Yeah, Humpty, do you want to address this question?
Yeah. So, I mean, anyone who's interested in kind of looking at the history of partnerships and, that business development from the Ontology side doesn't need to look very far to look at the types of partnerships that Ontology has made. They're quite significant. Many times with businesses that are, these universally known organizations. So, as an example, there was a partnership with Daimler Mobility to develop an MVP for people to be able to leverage your OntID in your automotive experience. That's quite a significant partnership, and definitely shows the reputation that Ontology has for us to be able to engage an organization like that. The project completed after the completion of the MVP, but has extended beyond that now with the project called Blocksmove that has basically taken over a lot of the operations of that MVP product with Daimler Mobility. So I think that if you look at those partnerships, if you look at the relationships that extend beyond maybe an initial proof of concept, I think it shows the value that Ontology brings to projects. So there's definitely synergies there between us and what a project would like to build. I mean, Unify is a good example of that too. Unify, like Randy said, has been a partner of Ontology since the days when it was Sesame Seed. And it really was just focused on developing a staking ecosystem across multiple blockchains, including Ontology. Now with Unify going into the DeFi space, we continue to work together. We continue to build, and it's that synergy, right? I mean, we have a representative here of theirs. We have channels open with them where we're constantly communicating and making ourselves available to make sure that they have everything they need, and vice versa. They actually show that support back to us as well. So certainly, I think that the synergy available from the Ontology side and from our partners is, it's noticeable. And like I said, you don't really necessarily need to look too far to kind of see that in effect.
Yep.
Yeah, let me add something. We have a theme event campaign called Learn to Earn in Onto Wallet. That's something because users are reluctant to have to try some new dApps on any kind of they are reluctant to try new dApps because high gas fee or some it's hard to learn, it's hard to know how to use the dApp. Then we are trying to help users to cross over the obstacles because we will reward the users with gas fees, and we will make all the guides for the dApp to make users easier to experience the dApp. So that's how we make all the partners and easier to use, easier to experience for users. And another thing is we are very willing to help our partners to work with another partners. For example, it's all the projects has tokens, so they need a DEX for their token to list. So if they are looking for us, we will definitely introduce with them to some DEX, maybe a Unify, yeah. And also, if they want to have some lending protocol or other dApps work with them, we are also willing to introduce with our partners with that.
Awesome. Let's move to the last live questions for today. So let's assume that I'm a beginner developer with some ideas to want to build on the ontology. So what kind of the support I can get from ontology team? Is there possibilities to get some developer support and also some marketing sites? Yeah. So maybe Li Jun, you want to address about the developer sites?
Okay, yeah. If you have a good idea, one thing, of course, I think is two kinds of surveys. One is from technical. Not only you can just use ontology different protocols tools to build your dApps directly, and we also include additional technical surveys. Once you find okay, I need some specific functionality from infrastructure level or protocol level or fundamental tools level, for example, wallet, to support our new idea, our new dApps. You can just let us know. We will build from core team, from developer community to support those kind of functionality for you, especially for those can reusable functionality. Okay, find okay, this functionality is reusable for other dApps as well. You needed to build that by yourself. You just let us know. We will have built that for you from infrastructure. And also, we're willing to private those kind of technical service in long term with your developer enhancement and with your your dApps step by step. And marketing, of course, as well. And if you're a good idea, we're willing to use our marketing channels and also with our ecosystem, with our partners to let your get users for your product and dApps, and also we're willing to build branding for you, your good idea as a product as well, and to link all the ecosystem and all kinds of partners with you. So you will got our service. Of course, for those kind of very good idea or products, we're also willing to provide funding, not only grants, include the funding service with you for you as well. So all kinds of service be there, and just waiting your good idea in next step. Okay.
Yep. Randy. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Randy, you want to add something about the marketing?
Yeah, I'd like to share more information here is that we do have the developer center, which stores that all kinds of the documentations that are necessary for the developers. So once you enter our website, the ont.io, then simply click the developers. It will link you to the site. So I think that's the basic entry for every developers to know about the technical side of the ontology. And other than that, we do have a community forum. So we just set up the forum for the Ontology EVM Fund. So everyone with the new idea, they will be able to share their proposals on the site. And our team will review their proposal together with the community and to provide as much as the support from our side. So that's been the second way. And the third way is that, of course, that's the Dorahacks hackathon will be a good entry for everyone. So you can log in our ontology grant sites and to make the submission of your project. And it will be also a good chance for you guys to join the ontology else and build together.
Awesome. Yeah. So since this is the last questions, let's see if anyone else wants to add a little bit more about it. But if no, we can jump to the final part of today's panel discussion.
Can I just say, Chris, one of the things just on the side of all that great support is I know for a fact there are people within the community calls, within some of the community things we've done, that have hooked up with ideas and developers and are actually starting to develop things with people they've made relationships with within the community. So, you know, we have developers in the community. We have people with innovative ideas. They've hooked up on their own and they're starting to try and build things ready for ontology. So, you know, join that community, just talk to us. There's people there who can help, who you can bounce ideas off as well.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you guys very much for all the answers. Thanks for taking time. You guys are all located in the different time zone. So thank you guys all for taking the time to be here today, and for all well thought questions and answers. I'm pretty sure that the listeners have learned something new about the ontology and can better position to take the leap into the hackathon as well. So just for all the audience, right now the hackathon is still going on. There's still 2 weeks left. So if you have a brilliant idea, want to build an ontology, please feel free to participate in the hackathon. And just like speakers mentioned, there's also Ontology EVM Fund open with a 10 million prize. So there's tons of opportunities for you to receive support for your projects on the ontology ecosystems. Yeah, and Li Jun, if you want to end everything up here, please feel free to.
Thanks all guys be here, and also thanks community, and we're looking forward to more good idea, good product, and also in the good cooperation in next stage. And thanks guys. Thanks.
Thank you guys.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you guys. Bye bye.